Well, a retired college educator from New York has become the Pied Piper for countless Suncoast students.
Dr. George Mims moved to Sarasota County nearly 20 years ago and immediately began a mentoring program that has spread throughout the district. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us with this amazing story. Ray.
Haley and Scott, it's about a man who didn't want to fully retire yet and some local students who are glad he didn't.
I would describe Dr. Mims as a very humble person.
Loving person.
And even if he is mad at you or anything, he'll still go over and beyond to get you where you want to be successful.
Imagine having 3 teenage boys speak that well of you. Dr. George Mims has been written up in local papers for years, a retired educator who serves as a mentor to boys.
My daughters and I are so proud of him.
And here's the star of the show, George Mims, who moved to Sarasota 20 years ago with his wife, Clara, after a career in higher education at Pace University. And his first priority after settling in was to begin a mentoring program primarily for local minority boys at Booker High School.
And it took off. Other schools wanted one too. Then the middle school started. We want one for our boys, all the way to Northport.
So between New York and now the Suncoast, Dr. Mims says he has helped over 4,000 local students. He has so many awards in his office, he can't hang them all. So what's the formula? Mims says that he had wonderful role models as a boy growing up in South Carolina, and he says many kids these days simply don't have that.
When you don't have the help, you really don't know what you are missing because it has never been present. Once they get a taste of it, they're off and running.
Off and running indeed. In fact, just last week, Mims got back with these 3 boys from touring college campuses up north. The kids just love him.
He will do anything for you. He will always be there behind you to back you up.
And the student advisor at Booker admits Dr. Mims brings something to the table that the kids aren't getting elsewhere.
Life skills, the skills that they don't sometimes get in the classroom.
And as for Dr. Mims, he says he's just glad to fill the void for these kids who oftentimes only need a little extra attention and guidance.
They are missing the kind of, let me call it embrace. The kind of conversation that boys ought to have with men. And it is the kind of information that I experienced when I was a kid.
Dr. Mims gets help from other volunteer mentors, the Church of the Redeemer, and of course his wife Clara, who is quite proud and rightfully so. And when you meet these kids, handshakes, eye contact, you know his efforts are indeed paying off, Haley.